How do you create a great lifestyle whilst building a profitable business? Well, in this video, I'm going to go through 10 different elements that I think are fundamental in order for you to create that business that is profitable, that is sustainable and moving forward, whilst at the same time living a phenomenal lifestyle in the process. So the first thing is lifestyle principles. Now, what are lifestyle principles? Well, to put it very simply, a lifestyle principle are the minimum things that you will do no matter what is happening in your business to live a great lifestyle. So for example, this could be exercise. This could be the food that you eat. This could be when you finish work, right? This is actually putting elements in place to make sure that no matter what challenges you're facing, what issues, because in business, you're going to face challenges and issues, right? How do you actually manage them whilst also managing yourself? Because as a leader of your own business, you've got to make sure that there are principles in place to keep you operating at your highest game to then take your business to the next level as well. So if you haven't yet, think about your lifestyle principles, about those elements that must be in place, that foundation, in order for you to feel good as you build your business. Now, next is you've got to create a business, not a hobby. I see a lot of people going out there saying, I just want to do what I love and be paid and blah, 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 right? Doing what you love and getting paid is the equivalent of saying, eat whatever you want and you'll be thin, right? You need to do it in a smart way. So if you're not already, you want to make sure that you're building your business with the right principles in place, with the right market, with the right strategy. And the truth is, most entrepreneurs are overwhelmed today, right? Because the entrepreneur of 2020 doesn't have too little options. They have far, far too many. So make sure you're building a business and not just a hobby. Next is clarify your vision. I meet a lot of business owners that end up creating a business that becomes a burden. Now, why does this happen? Because they build the business, but they don't have the end in mind. So what happens is there are elements in place, there are systems that do not work as the business scales. So what you need is to think about and clarify for yourself. What is that vision that you have for yourself in the business? Do you want to work in the business for the foreseeable future? Would you prefer to have the business work without you? Because how you build a business is incredibly different. And it's very important that you're aware of what that end goal is so that you can then build up your way towards it. So make sure that you clarify that as best you can and then put the right things in place and automations and systems to enable you to make progress towards that area. Now, next, you want to make sure that you're doing business in the cloud. If you want to live a great lifestyle, I would challenge to see if you can operate from anywhere in the world. Now, there are some businesses where this isn't the case. However, as we've seen from everything happening with COVID, if you can actually operate your business online, which many companies are realizing they can now do, you suddenly get a lot more time freedom as a result. So if you haven't yet thought about that, that is seriously something to consider. Now, number 5, and this element's really important, is about mastering your time management. Entrepreneurs I see often come to me and they say, Ben, I wish I had more time in the day. Now, the truth is, you've got time. The question is how do you use it? If you look at the people that you admire in the business world, be it a Richard Branson, be it founders of companies like Tesla with Elon Musk, right? If you look at Apple, if you look at some of these big companies, the CEOs do not have more time than you, but they are probably much more efficient with the time that they have. So if you procrastinate, if you feel like you aren't managing your time properly, what you want to focus on is becoming more efficient in your business. Because by doing that, and you increase your productivity, suddenly your business can escalate much faster and exponentially gain more success because you're operating more efficiently as a business owner. So moving on a slightly different tangent, right? If you really want to do this, you've got to be persistent. Now, there's a lot of people that kind of accept a lifestyle of a business owner. I guess this is what business is like. I'll give you an example. So I was chatting to a guy the other day. He has a business where he specializes in health, and it's a practice where he helps people with like all the sort of doctor stuff. So it's injections, it's helping them with facelifts and things like that, right? Now, he is the business. Now, for him, because he's the main guy that people go to and they want to work with him, he is working in the business and he can't work on the business. Now, he needs to be persistent in getting people to replace him and start to move out of it. Because at the moment, for the past 10 years, he's just accepted that this is the way things are and he's unhappy. So you want to think about for yourself, be persistent in this, and what can you do in place to actually have that persistency to really move forward. Now, on top of that, you need to be consistent. Now, this is probably even more important. You need to make sure that you have got consistent systems in place to keep you on track. Right? What you don't want, and I see this very often, is someone will attempt to build a business, they'll leave the business, and then the business goes downhill. You want to make sure that it's consistently growing, consistently profitable, consistently sustainable moving forward. And you need to have the right automations, the right things in place in order to make that happen. Now, one of the other common things that I see that stop people creating a great lifestyle whilst building that profitable business is fear. Now, you may be curious about what this is. It's actually a combination of things. It could be fear of failure, it could be fear of success, but often there's a fear that, can I really do this? And what I will say is that this isn't something that happens overnight. This is something that you build to. For some businesses, they can do it quickly. For other businesses, it takes time, but if you can choose to believe that this is possible, and it is possible because there are thousands of entrepreneurs who are living a phenomenal lifestyle whilst building a great business, then you have to choose to embrace the fear and do it anyway and have that courage. Now, next is avoiding burnout. If you're doing this, I'm telling you now, a lot of people burn out. And they don't burn out, generally speaking, because they are just working on the business just 24/7. It's because they don't have anything else that helps them relax. They don't have things in place. Similar to the lifestyle principles, I think that's important. But also you can burn out just by being in your business and getting overwhelmed and getting stressed. So if that's you, and you're struggling with overwhelm, and you're struggling with that stress, right? Make sure to download the 5 hacks to overcome overwhelm so that you can start to understand the things that you need in place to avoid overwhelm for yourself. Now, the last thing is about finding a mentor or a coach. If you're going to do this great lifestyle whilst building a profitable business, you need to have someone to help keep you accountable, to help offer a different perspective, and to help you stay on track. Because if you're attempting to do this by yourself, I'm telling you now, it will be a struggle. And what you'll find is you'll hit a business plateau. Now, what do I mean by business plateau? There'll be a certain level of income that you can't overcome. For example, I had a business owner chat to me the other day. He's hit 600K for like 5 years. Can't get to $1 million, right? What he needs is a perspective and a change in what he's doing, right? What he realized is that most of his business is built through word of mouth. He's working in the business. He's got to put systems in place to be able to scale higher. And that's important. So make sure that you find a mentor that you trust or a coach who can generally help you to gain that perspective and build your business in a way where you can have exponentially more success than you're currently having to really help you move forward. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet, do check out our Entrepreneur Lifestyle Accelerator. It was built for this very reason. Build a great lifestyle whilst accelerating your business success. So if you haven't checked that out now, make sure to check it out, and I'll see you in the next video.